and Foursquare against it, because basically what will happen is with this peak time congestion charging, you'll finish up creating congestion in the rest of the day, especially with lorries being restricted to 5 hours in the center of the day. They'll all be rushing in at that time, creating congestion. Meantime, all of the drivers will be driving out of the zone or staying away from the zone during that peak time. And some people can't actually do that because they've got jobs to go to. We've got other issues such as in the evening, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's the sort of time when families are moving children around to clubs, to sporting events, picking up from the schools, etc. They're going to be caught by it. The whole thing is a complete waste of time by the GCP, and the whole thing should be shelved. What really needs to be happening is that the central government, who are suggesting that they want to build 250,000 houses around Cambridge, should forward fund any improvements to infrastructure, and as a result, we would finish up with the best result for everybody. We'll get what's wanted. Yeah, we want better buses and better public transport. Personally, I prefer the idea of a light railway system. I think it's much more flexible. It achieves the aims much better than buses. Buses are, especially the electric ones, which are nearly twice as heavy and cause twice as much damage to the road as the old diesel buses, and also have a very short lifespan. Quite frankly, they need to be sort of ditched. Or yeah, we've got to have a bus system of some sort, but in reality, there are more 21st century or 22nd century ideas that are around and should be explored. The GCP said, and I have actually got a recording of Councillor Bagent last year. He attended a meeting in Cherry Hinton, and he said, look, nothing is written in stone. If everybody doesn't like it, it won't happen. Well, now they're coming back, having demonstrated that they are not listening to us whatsoever, and they're trying to make a bit of a hodgepodge of an idea, trying to please everybody and achieving nothing. I mean, 50% of the £50 charge, that's for me moving a vehicle around. It's not for my suppliers. My suppliers would finish up paying £50, and that's the biggest problem, because for a wholesaler coming to Cambridge, that equates to £13,000 per year per lorry. And most of my wholesalers are coming to me specifically because we have specialist stuff. It's not something where they are making lots of deliveries to various people in town and they can split the delivery cost. It would be a £50 charge purely to deliver to Mackay's of Cambridge. In reality, they've already had a referendum, haven't they? Because they had a consultation which they said they were going to listen to, and now they're not. But if they persist on trying to push these ideas through, which they appear to be doing, then quite frankly, put it to the people. We already know what the answer will be. The people clearly do not want this, and quite frankly, they need to go away and think something else. They're all earning vast amounts of money. The GCP has a management structure which is probably more layers than a royal wedding cake, and each layer of it has got six-figure summer salaries, which are quite frankly ludicrous. I mean, when you think that people came to me, one of the persons employed with a very grand name, growth and strategy manager, she turned around and he said, well, yes, if you've got a problem with getting deliveries and being charged £50, why don't you get your suppliers to deliver at the weekend? Which I think was perhaps what they term blue skies thinking. I'm not sure if I've told you this yet, but I actually decided to, because the city council haven't done a survey of of the effects on small and medium-sized business, I went out and did my own. And I've done about 25 interviews with various business owners, many of whom said that they would move out of town. In fact, one of them already has. Many people who said that they would move to places like Ely to trade because they've got free parking, free access, and a thriving economy. Whilst Cambridge, if you look around, I went down yesterday. In fact, I've made a film. I'll send it, a copy of it to you. I walked down Burleigh Street, which was once a thriving business, a small independent business centre. In 250 yards, there are 10 charity shops. Now, charity shops, not only, nothing against charity shops, but 10 charity shops, they get preferential rates and preferential rents. They don't pay full business rates, and they get most of their goods supplied to them free of charge. So, quite frankly, although obviously I support charitable giving, I feel that they've become perhaps too centred in one area and are unfair competition effectively to ordinary independent traders.